It begins with a dream. A man stands alone, watching the heavens crack open. Darkness looms on the horizon, and the air grows heavy with an eerie silence. Then, a blinding light splits the sky. From the heavens, colossal figures descend, angels, radiant and terrifying, their forms shimmering with otherworldly light. They come bearing secrets not meant for human eyes, forbidden knowledge of the stars, the forging of weapons, the arts of sorcery. These angels, known as the Watchers, defy the divine order, and with their descent, they shatter the boundary between heaven and earth. What follows is chaos, giants roaming the land, whispers of an impending flood, and a single man chosen to bear witness to it all. That man is Enoch. The Book of Enoch is not like other ancient texts. It tells a tale so extraordinary that for centuries, it was whispered about in hushed tones, hidden from view, and even banned from sacred canon. Its origins are shrouded in mystery. No one knows exactly when it was written or by whom. Some believe its words were passed down from the dawn of time, while others claim it was penned by mystics who sought to preserve long-forgotten secrets. What we do know is that for nearly 2 millennia, the book was lost to history, its pages buried beneath layers of time and dust. Then, in 1773, a Scottish explorer named James Bruce ventured into the highlands of Ethiopia and returned with something astonishing, an ancient manuscript, preserved by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Within its pages lay a story long forgotten, a narrative that stretched back to the dawn of humanity, recounting the fall of angels, the rise of giants, and the secrets of the universe itself. Bruce's discovery sent shockwaves through the academic world. Could it be that this mysterious text held truths long suppressed? Or was it merely the stuff of legend, a fantastical account woven by ancient scribes? But the discovery only deepened the mystery. Scholars debated its authenticity, poring over its cryptic passages in search of answers. Was this truly the voice of an ancient prophet, or a later invention woven with myth and legend? Even today, the Book of Enoch sparks controversy. Some believe it holds divine truths, suppressed by the early church to conceal its revelations. Others dismiss it as an elaborate apocryphal tale, a work of fiction crafted to inspire awe and fear. What is undeniable is its influence. References to Enoch appear in the Dead Sea Scrolls, hidden for centuries in the caves of Qumran. Early Christian thinkers grappled with its revelations, and echoes of its prophecies ripple through the pages of the Bible, sparking endless debate. From the apocalyptic visions of Revelation to the cryptic words of Jude, the fingerprints of Enoch are scattered across the ancient world, leaving behind a trail of questions and intrigue. Yet beyond the controversy lies a story of forbidden knowledge, cosmic rebellion, and a man who walked with angels. Enoch's tale transcends time, weaving together prophecy, faith, and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Was he a prophet, a scribe, or something more? Was he chosen to reveal divine secrets, or to warn of impending doom? As we journey into the pages of this enigmatic text, we'll uncover its secrets, explore its origins, and unravel the mysteries that have captivated seekers for millennia. From the watchers who fell from grace to the prophesies of a cataclysmic flood, the Book of Enoch offers a glimpse into a world where angels and mortals crossed paths, and where the fate of humanity hung in the balance. This is the story of the Book of Enoch. The Watchers and the Fall of the Angels. Enoch was no ordinary man. Unlike others who lived in his time, he did not merely walk the earth, he walked between worlds. A man of righteousness, a prophet, a scribe of divine mysteries, he was chosen to bear witness to events that would shake the very fabric of creation. And so, the vision continued. The heavens did not just open for Enoch, they revealed secrets too immense, too dangerous for human comprehension. At first, he saw them in glimpses, beings of celestial light, radiant beyond measure, their forms shifting between brilliance and shadow. They were the Watchers, a group of 200 angels, appointed by God to observe humanity from above. But watching was not enough. Curiosity turned to longing, longing to desire, and desire to rebellion. Led by their chief, Shemhaza, the Watchers made a fateful pact. They would descend to earth, take human wives, and forever alter the course of history. "Come, let us choose wives from among the children of men," Shemhaza declared, "and beget children with them." And so, under the cover of darkness, they fell from the sky, their luminous forms flickering as they took on flesh. Mountains trembled at their descent, rivers swelled, and the earth shuddered beneath their arrival. They were not meant to be here, and not in this way, not bound in mortal form. But they did not come empty-handed. The Watchers had knowledge, knowledge forbidden to humanity. Azazel, one of the most infamous among them, taught mankind the art of war. He showed them how to fashion swords, knives, and shields, how to mold metal and wield it with deadly precision. Before his arrival, conflicts were settled with words, with fists, with stones. Now, blood ran in rivers, staining the earth with the price of knowledge. Another, Barakel, unveiled the secrets of the stars, teaching men the hidden movements of celestial bodies, the patterns of the heavens, the calculations of fate. What was once the domain of the divine now lay in mortal hands. Semjaza, their leader, whispered incantations, revealing spells and sorceries that twisted the fabric of existence. Women learned the dark arts of enchantment and divination, of painting their faces to seduce, of calling upon forces beyond their understanding. And then came the children. Born of divine fathers and mortal mothers, the Nephilim were monstrous in both stature and hunger. Giants, terrible and insatiable, they ravaged the land. What they did not devour outright, they destroyed. They consumed not only beasts and crops but men, and even one another. They became the scourge of the world, a corruption so profound that it threatened to unravel creation itself. Cries of agony reached the heavens. Humanity, tormented by war, by sorcery, by giants that roamed the land like demigods of chaos, called out for mercy. And the heavens listened. Archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, stood before the Almighty, their voices trembling with both sorrow and fury. "Lord of Lords," they cried, "behold what has become of the world. Behold the suffering of men, the horrors unleashed upon your creation. Will you not act?" And judgment was decreed. The Watchers, once divine, had become outcasts, betrayers of heaven's order. Their children, abominations of an unholy union, could not be allowed to exist. A great punishment was set in motion. Raphael was sent to bind Azazel, to cast him into a pit of darkness, a chasm in the desert where he would be buried beneath jagged stones until the final judgment. Gabriel was commanded to lead a war against the Nephilim, to set them against one another in a great battle that would purge the earth of their presence. And Michael, the mightiest warrior of heaven, was charged with imprisoning Shemhaza and the other Watchers in the depths of the abyss, chained, cursed, and sealed away until the end of days. But this was not all. A flood was coming. A flood so vast that it would erase nearly everything, a divine reset to cleanse the corruption from the face of the earth. And Enoch, the man who walked between worlds, was given a task, to warn, to bear witness, to record the judgment of angels and the doom of giants. He saw the visions of what was to come, the cries of the damned, the fall of those who had once stood in glory. And as he transcribed the words of the divine, as he chronicled the fate of angels and men alike, he realized something terrifying. This was only the beginning. Judgment of the angels and the great flood. The cries of humanity reached the heavens, a desperate, anguished wail, carried on the winds of a world unraveling. Blood soaked the earth, the Nephilim roamed unchecked, and the forbidden knowledge brought by the Watchers had plunged creation into darkness. The boundaries between the divine and mortal had been shattered. The Watchers had broken the sacred order, and now, judgment would descend. Enoch, the scribe of righteousness, stood alone beneath the sky. He felt the weight of the heavens pressing upon him. The visions had not ceased, they came in torrents, each more harrowing than the last. He saw the earth quaking beneath the giant's footsteps, the rivers running red, and above it all, the anguished faces of the Watchers, knowing their doom was near. Then, the voice came. It was not like the voices of men. It was vast, resonant, as if the sky itself had spoken. Enoch fell to his knees, trembling. Before him stood an angel, radiant, terrible, his eyes burning like stars. It was Uriel, the angel of wisdom and divine wrath, and he carried a message from the Almighty. "Son of man," Uriel said, "rise, for you have been chosen. The Most High has seen the wickedness upon the earth. The Watchers have corrupted his creation. Their knowledge has unleashed war and sorcery, their offspring have brought ruin and despair. The time of mercy is over. Judgment is at hand." Enoch, shaking, asked, "What will become of them? Of the Watchers? Of their children?" And Uriel revealed the decree. The Watchers, once glorious beings who stood before the very throne of God, were to be bound. They would be cast into the darkness beneath the earth, imprisoned in eternal chains until the day of final judgment. Their leader, Shemahazah, who led the rebellion, would be chained in the valleys of the earth, buried beneath the mountains. Azazel, the corrupter, who had taught men the art of war and women the arts of seduction, would suffer a fate even darker. "Make a desert of the place where Azazel dwells," Uriel proclaimed. "Cast him into the darkness, and cover him with jagged stones. Let him remain in the abyss until the great day of judgment, when the fire shall consume him." Enoch watched as the heavenly host descended. Michael, the captain of heaven's armies, brandished a sword of light, his wings stretching across the horizon. Gabriel, the messenger of divine power, called forth a storm to scatter the giants. Raphael, the healer, prepared the pit where Azazel would be bound. And Uriel, ever watchful, stood as witness. One by one, the Watchers were seized. Their cries echoed across the heavens, voices that once sang the praises of creation now screamed in terror. The earth trembled as Shemahazah was dragged into the depths, his chains burning with divine fire. Azazel fought, his form writhing, but the angels overpowered him. They bound him hand and foot, casting him into the abyss, sealing his prison with unyielding stone. Yet, even as the Watchers fell, the Nephilim raged on. The giants, the unholy offspring of angels and men, could not be spared. Gabriel led the charge, turning the Nephilim against one another. Brother fought brother, giant against giant, and the earth quaked beneath their fury. Their destruction was absolute, the ground drank their blood, and their cries faded into silence. But it was not enough. The corruption ran too deep. The earth itself had become defiled, and even the sky seemed stained by the sins of angels and men. The Almighty decreed a final act of cleansing, a flood. Not a mere storm or a rising tide, but a deluge that would sweep across the earth, drowning every trace of the wickedness that had taken root. Enoch was shown the vision. He saw the clouds gathering, dark and heavy, pregnant with divine wrath. The ocean swelled, their depths rising to meet the sky. Mountains crumbled as waves surged over them. Cities were washed away, their towers vanishing beneath the churning waters. All life, man, beast, and giant alike, would be swept away. Yet, even in this judgment, there was mercy. Enoch was tasked with delivering a message not just to the watchers, but to one man who would survive the flood and carry forward the seed of humanity. That man was Noah, Enoch's great-grandson. Enoch saw him in the visions, a righteous man chosen to build an ark, a vessel that would preserve life through the coming cataclysm. Enoch wept for what was to come, but he obeyed. He stood before the watchers, now bound in chains, their celestial forms dimmed and broken. They pleaded with him, begged him to intercede on their behalf. "Entreat the Most High for us," they cried. "Plead for our forgiveness." But the decree was final. Enoch, with heavy heart, wrote their sentence upon tablets of stone. He recorded the names of the watchers, their crimes, and their punishment. And as he completed his task, the ground quaked beneath his feet. The heavens opened once more, and Enoch was lifted away, taken into the clouds to witness the flood from above. The rain began to fall. For 40 days and 40 nights, the waters raged. The mountains disappeared beneath the waves. The giants' roars were drowned out by the thunder. And when the floodwaters finally receded, a new world emerged, cleansed, reborn, but forever haunted by the sins of the past. Enoch's task was complete. He had witnessed the fall of angels, the rise of giants, and the judgment of the Almighty. His writings would endure, hidden for millennia, waiting to be uncovered by those who sought the forbidden knowledge of a forgotten age. But this was not the end of Enoch's journey. Enoch's journeys and visions. The rain had ceased. The floodwaters had receded. The giants were no more, and the watchers lay bound in the abyss, awaiting their final judgment. Yet Enoch's journey was far from over. The heavens still called to him. The visions burned within his mind, each more vivid than the last. He had seen the fall of angels and the cleansing of the earth, now he would be shown the hidden realms of creation. One night, as Enoch stood beneath the vast sky, the veil between worlds grew thin. The air shimmered, and a radiant figure descended from the heavens. It was Michael, the captain of the celestial armies, his face stern yet luminous. Beside him stood Uriel, the angel of wisdom, his gaze deep as eternity itself. "Enoch," Uriel spoke, "you are to witness the secrets of the cosmos. Come, for the Most High has chosen you." In an instant, the earth fell away. Enoch felt his feet leave the ground as the winds of heaven swept him upward. Stars rushed past him, and the firmament unfolded before his eyes. The angels carried him beyond the veil of mortal sight, where no living man had ever ventured. They crossed the boundary of the earthly realm, and Enoch beheld the first heaven. It stretched endlessly, filled with clouds of fire and vast chambers of light. Below him, he saw the vault of the sky, where the winds were stored, and the treasuries of snow and hail. Here, the celestial mechanisms that governed the weather turned silently, unseen by human eyes. Yet this was only the beginning. The angels bore him higher still, into the second heaven. There, Enoch saw a place of darkness, a vast prison where rebellious angels were held captive. He heard their mournful cries echoing through the void, their forms bound in chains, their once radiant faces contorted with grief and rage. These were the angels who had defied the Creator, their punishment to wait in darkness until the final judgment. Still, the journey continued. In the third heaven, Enoch witnessed paradise itself. A garden of eternal light stretched before him, its trees bearing fruit more radiant than gold. The air was thick with the scent of blossoms unknown to the earth. At the center stood the tree of life, its roots plunging deep into the heart of creation. Rivers of living water flowed from its base, their crystal currents sparkling with divine energy. Here, the righteous would dwell in eternal peace, their souls resting beneath the shade of its branches. Yet just beyond paradise, Enoch saw a place of shadows. A dark valley stretched endlessly, filled with bitter cold and unquenchable fire. This was the place prepared for the wicked, a land of torment, where the unrepentant would be cast on the day of judgment. Enoch trembled at the sight, but the angels pressed him onward. In the fourth heaven, he beheld the celestial bodies, the sun, the moon, and the stars, each moving according to divine law. Uriel revealed to him the secrets of their paths, the circuits of the heavens, the times of light and darkness, and the hidden mechanisms that governed the changing seasons. Enoch saw the gates through which the winds passed, and the chambers where the rain and snow were kept. Higher still they soared, into the fifth heaven, where angelic warriors stood in silent ranks. These were the Grigori, the watchers who had not fallen, yet mourned their brethren who had descended to earth. Their eyes burned with sorrow as they stood watch over creation, their swords gleaming like stars. In the sixth heaven, Enoch saw the councils of heaven, the angels who governed the cosmos, who recorded the deeds of men and nations. Here, the divine decrees were passed down, and the fates of worlds were sealed. Enoch heard the whispers of the ages, the rise and fall of empires echoing through the halls of eternity. Finally, they reached the seventh heaven, the highest realm, where no mortal had ever tread. Before him stood the throne of the Most High. Its brilliance was beyond description, a sea of glass stretched before it, reflecting the light of 1,000 suns. Thunder rumbled through the heavens, and great pillars of fire rose on either side. Multitudes of angels stood in reverence, their wings shimmering like molten gold. And there, seated upon the throne, was the Ancient of Days. His robes were white as snow, his face veiled in light. Enoch fell to his knees, overwhelmed by the presence of the Almighty. Around the throne, the seraphim sang their eternal hymn, their voices shaking the very fabric of reality. Uriel spoke once more. Behold, Enoch, the secrets of creation. And Enoch was shown the hidden truths, the mysteries of the universe, the laws that governed the stars, and the fate of souls after death. He saw the coming judgment, when the wicked would be cast into the abyss and the righteous would ascend to eternal glory. He witnessed the rise and fall of nations, the birth of kings and prophets, and the final reckoning that would one day consume the earth. When the visions ended, Enoch wept. The weight of what he had seen was more than any man could bear. He fell to the ground, trembling, and the angels bore him back to the earth. As his feet touched the soil once more, the heavens fell silent. The visions faded, but the knowledge remained. Enoch had walked with angels. He had glimpsed the hidden workings of the cosmos and stood before the very throne of God. His words would echo through the ages, carried on whispers and hidden in sacred texts. He had seen the end of all things, and the promise of a new beginning. But his journey was not yet over. The visions would continue, each more profound than the last. And as the weight of his knowledge grew heavier, so too did the burden of his destiny. Enoch would not walk the earth forever. One day, the heavens would call him home. The Book of Parables, Visions of Judgment and Salvation. Enoch stood in silence, his heart heavy with the weight of the visions he had witnessed. He had seen the heavens, walked among the angels, and glimpsed the hidden workings of creation itself. But the journey was not yet over. As he stood beneath the vast sky, the heavens stirred once more. A great wind arose, and a voice called out to him, a voice like thunder, yet gentle as the dawn. Enoch, son of Jared, rise. For the Most High has more to reveal. The wind carried him upward once again, and the veil between worlds parted. Before him stretched a vast expanse of light, and in its center stood a great throne, radiant, unyielding, eternal. Seated upon it was the Ancient of Days, the one who is beyond time, whose gaze pierces through the veil of past, present, and future. Around the throne angels stood in silent reverence, their wings outstretched, their faces hidden in shadow. And then Enoch saw him. A figure approached the throne, one like a son of man. His face shone with divine radiance, and his voice carried the weight of justice and mercy. The angels fell silent as he took his place beside the Most High. Enoch's heart raced. Who was this figure, this Son of Man, who stood so near to the throne of God? The visions unfolded before him. Enoch saw the future, a time when the wicked would be judged and the righteous would be saved. He saw the kings of the earth, their crowns heavy with pride, trembling before the throne. The mighty would be cast down, their power stripped away, while the humble would be lifted high. Justice would sweep across the earth like a great flood, washing away corruption and cleansing the world of its darkness. And at the center of it all stood the Son of Man. Enoch heard the angels speak his name, the Chosen One, the Elect One, the Righteous One. He would be the bringer of justice, the judge of angels and men alike. In his hands lay the power to cast the wicked into the abyss and to lead the faithful into eternal light. As the visions continued, Enoch saw the secrets of the universe laid bare before him. He witnessed the hidden paths of the stars, the laws that governed the heavens, and the mysteries of time itself. He saw the souls of the righteous, their faces shining like the sun, gathered before the throne in praise. He saw the wicked, bound in chains, cast into darkness where their cries would go unheard. But amidst these visions of judgment, there was also a promise of salvation. The Son of Man would come not only to judge, but to redeem. He would guide the righteous into a new age, where the earth would be renewed and peace would reign. The wicked would be no more, and the faithful would dwell in the light of the Most High forever. Enoch trembled. The weight of these revelations was more than any mortal could bear. Yet the voice of the Most High spoke to him once more. You have seen what no other man has seen. You have walked where no other man has walked. Now go, and speak of what you have witnessed. For the time will come when these words shall be fulfilled. The vision faded. Enoch found himself once again upon the earth, the stars shining coldly above him. He fell to his knees, the echoes of the heavenly chorus still ringing in his ears. He knew that his task was far from over. The world had to know. The righteous had to be warned. And so Enoch spoke. His words carried across the land, whispered from generation to generation. He spoke of the coming judgment of the Son of Man who would bring justice to the wicked and salvation to the faithful. He warned of the great reckoning, when the heavens would open and the earth would tremble. And he offered a promise that those who walked in righteousness would find eternal peace. But even as he spoke, Enoch knew that his time on earth was drawing to a close. The heavens had called him once before, and they would call him again. One day, Enoch would walk into the light, and he would not return. The Astronomical Book, Enoch's Journey Through the Heavens. Enoch stood once more beneath the vast expanse of the heavens, but this time his eyes were drawn not to the earth or the realm of angels, but to the stars themselves. The sky stretched above him, a tapestry woven with secrets, and soon he felt the familiar pull, that invisible hand guiding him upward. As before, the veil between worlds parted, and Enoch found himself soaring into the heavens. This was no ordinary journey. Guided by the angel Uriel, the keeper of the stars, Enoch ascended beyond the clouds, past the moon and the sun, into the very heart of the cosmos. There, he beheld the great machinery of the universe, vast and incomprehensible, yet governed by divine order. Uriel, his guide, spoke in a voice like the wind through the trees. "Behold, Enoch! The secrets of creation lie before you. The heavens move not by chance but by law, and you shall witness the rhythms of the cosmos." Enoch saw the sun, a great chariot of fire, rising and setting along its appointed path. He learned that the sun traveled through 12 great gates, one for each month, marking the passage of the year. He watched as it arced across the sky, bathing the earth in warmth and light, only to retreat into the darkness, yielding to the moon. But the moon's path was different, more subtle, more complex. It waxed and waned, its phases governed by unseen forces. Enoch counted its days, noting the moments when it grew full and when it faded into shadow. He saw that the moon, too, had its gates, through which it passed in silent procession, measuring time in ways that men could scarcely comprehend. And then there were the stars. Enoch watched as they moved in perfect harmony, each one following a path set long before the dawn of man. He saw constellations rise and fall, marking the seasons and guiding travelers across vast deserts and stormy seas. Uriel revealed to him the secrets of the equinoxes and solstices, the precise moments when day and night balanced in perfect harmony. "These are the laws of the heavens," Uriel explained. "The sun, the moon, and the stars, each has its appointed course. Their movements are not random but ordained, and through them, time itself is measured." Enoch marveled at the precision. He realized that the heavens were a great clock, each celestial body a hand marking the passage of days, months, and years. But this was more than mere observation, it was knowledge, forbidden to most, entrusted only to those chosen by the divine. Uriel showed Enoch the calendar of the ancients, a perfect measure of time based not on the cycles of men, but on the rhythms of creation itself. The year, Enoch learned, consisted of 364 days, 12 months of 30 days each, with 4 additional days marking the solstices and equinoxes. This calendar aligned not with the imperfect reckoning of men, but with the divine order of the cosmos. "The world of men has forgotten this wisdom," Uriel said. "Their calendars grow corrupt. They chase the moon's fleeting path, but the true measure of time lies with the sun and the stars." Enoch was shown the consequences of this forgotten knowledge. As men drifted from the heavenly calendar, so too did they drift from the divine order. Festivals once held in perfect harmony with the heavens grew disjointed. Sacred days passed unnoticed. The connection between the earth and the cosmos weakened, and darkness crept into the hearts of men. But there was more. Enoch saw visions of a time when knowledge would be rediscovered, when seekers would once again turn their eyes to the heavens and unlock the secrets hidden in the stars. He saw a future where the righteous would walk in harmony with creation, guided by the same celestial laws revealed to him in the heavens. As his journey through the cosmos neared its end, Enoch felt a profound sense of awe. The heavens were not distant, chaotic realms, they were a living testament to divine order, a clockwork of light and shadow that marked the passage of time and the unfolding of destiny. Uriel turned to him once more. "You have seen what few have seen. The heavens are not silent, Enoch. They speak to those who listen. Go now. Share what you have learned, for the time will come when the world will need this wisdom once more." Enoch descended from the heavens, his heart heavy with revelation. He understood now that the stars were more than lights in the sky, they were messengers, guiding humanity through the darkness. As he walked once more upon the earth, he vowed to share what he had learned, to pass on the knowledge entrusted to him. And thus, the Astronomical Book was born. A record of celestial laws, a calendar of divine precision, and a guide for those who dared to look beyond the veil and seek the wisdom of the stars. Final prophecies and Enoch's ascent. Enoch stood once more at the threshold of heaven and earth. The stars shimmered above him, silent witnesses to his journey, and the weight of revelation pressed upon his shoulders. He had seen the secrets of the watchers, witnessed the judgment of angels, and traversed the heavens to understand the hidden order of creation. But there was more. In the twilight of his earthly life, Enoch received visions unlike any before. These were not mere glimpses into the workings of the cosmos, nor warnings of past transgressions, they were prophecies of what was yet to come. The sky darkened, and a voice, distant yet thunderous, called him once again. It was time for him to witness the final acts of divine justice and mercy. Enoch's visions turned to the fate of humanity. He saw a great day of reckoning, when the wicked would be cast into darkness and the righteous would shine like the stars. Thrones of judgment were set in place, and the Most High took his seat. Before him stood the souls of the fallen, trembling in fear as the books of heaven were opened. The great flood that had cleansed the earth once before was but a shadow of what was to come. Fire, not water, would purge the wicked. The watchers who had corrupted mankind would face their final sentence, bound in chains of darkness, cast into the abyss from which no light could escape. The giants, the offspring of their forbidden union, would be erased from the earth, their spirits doomed to wander in torment. Yet amidst the visions of judgment, there was a promise of salvation. Enoch saw the coming of the Son of Man, a figure bathed in divine radiance, whose presence brought justice and mercy alike. He would stand before the Ancient of Days, interceding for the righteous and delivering them from the grip of death. The meek, the oppressed, and the faithful would inherit a new earth, where peace reigned eternal. As these final visions unfolded, Enoch knew that his time on earth was nearing its end. The weight of divine knowledge had set him apart from his kin, and though his feet still touched the earth, his spirit yearned for the heavens. The angels came to him once more, their wings gleaming like burnished bronze, and they spoke words that filled his heart with both sorrow and wonder. Enoch, righteous scribe, your purpose is fulfilled. You have seen what no man has seen, and you have spoken what no man dared to utter. Now, the Most High calls you home. The heavens opened, and a pillar of light descended, enveloping Enoch in a brilliance that blinded mortal eyes. The earth trembled beneath him as he rose, borne aloft by celestial hands. Those who watched from afar saw only a flicker, a shadow against the sun, and then he was gone. Enoch did not taste death as other men. His body was transformed, his mortal frame shedding the weight of the world, and he ascended into the heavens, where time and space ceased to hold meaning. Some say he became Metatron, the angelic scribe of heaven, recording the deeds of men and guiding the righteous along the hidden paths of wisdom. Others believe he wandered the celestial realms, learning secrets that even the angels dared not speak. But Enoch's departure was not the end of his story. His writings endured, passed down through secret traditions, hidden away in forgotten corners of the world. The Book of Enoch became a whisper among the ancients, a text both revered and feared. The early Christians read it with awe, believing its visions foretold the coming of Christ. The Gnostics saw in Enoch a seeker of hidden truths, while the Ethiopian church preserved his words as sacred scripture. Even today, Enoch's prophecies echo through time. His visions of divine judgment, cosmic order, and forbidden knowledge have left an indelible mark on the spiritual landscape. The fallen angels, the watchers, the Son of Man, these tales have inspired countless stories, beliefs, and debates. Some believe the Book of Enoch holds the key to understanding the very fabric of existence, a glimpse into the divine machinery that governs creation. And what of Enoch himself? Perhaps he still walks among the stars, a silent witness to the unfolding of history. Or perhaps he waits for the day when the heavens will open once more and the secrets of the universe will be revealed. For now, his words remain. This is the story of Enoch, the man who walked with angels, who dared to gaze upon the face of eternity, and who vanished into the heavens, leaving behind a book that continues to haunt and inspire those who seek the hidden truths of the cosmos. The legacy of the Book of Enoch. The story of Enoch does not end with his ascent into the heavens. In many ways, his departure was only the beginning. His words, carried across time and cultures, would ripple through history, shaping beliefs and sparking endless debates. The Book of Enoch is more than a collection of ancient visions. It is a bridge between worlds, between heaven and earth, between the seen and the unseen, between what we know and what we long to understand. For centuries, the Book of Enoch was hidden from the eyes of the world. After its disappearance from mainstream religious texts, whispers of its existence persisted in the shadows. Yet, in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, it remained sacred. There, it was preserved not as apocrypha but as divine scripture woven into the fabric of faith and tradition. The rediscovery of Enoch's writings in 1773 by James Bruce sparked a firestorm of intrigue and controversy. Was this truly the lost testimony of the man who walked with angels, or the imaginative work of later writers, inspired by ancient legends? The book's sudden reappearance raised more questions than answers, igniting debates that continue to this day. In the ancient Jewish world, the Book of Enoch cast a long shadow. The Dead Sea Scrolls, hidden for 2 millennia in the caves of Qumran, contained fragments of Enoch's visions, revealing that the text was revered among the Essenes, a sect obsessed with purity, prophecy, and the coming apocalypse. Enoch's tales of cosmic battles and divine judgment resonated with those who believed they were living in the end times. But it was in early Christianity that the Book of Enoch found its most profound echoes. The New Testament itself carries traces of Enoch's influence. The Epistle of Jude directly quotes from Enoch, proclaiming, "Behold, the Lord comes with 10,000 of his holy ones to execute judgment on all." The concept of the Son of Man, central to Jesus' teachings, mirrors Enoch's visions of a heavenly figure who would judge the wicked and redeem the righteous. Yet, despite its apparent influence, the Book of Enoch was cast aside. By the time the biblical canon was formalized, its visions had become too strange, too dangerous. The Church Fathers debated its authenticity, some embracing it as divine revelation, others rejecting it as heresy. In the end, the book was silenced, but never truly forgotten. The influence of the Book of Enoch stretches far beyond Judaism and Christianity. In Islamic tradition, echoes of Enoch can be found in the figure of Idris, a prophet who ascended to the heavens and was granted divine knowledge. The Gnostics saw Enoch as a seeker of hidden truths, a traveler through realms of light and darkness. Even in modern times, Enoch's visions have inspired writers, artists, and seekers of forbidden knowledge. From apocalyptic literature to conspiracy theories about ancient aliens and lost civilizations, the Book of Enoch continues to fuel imaginations. Some see in Enoch's tales of the Watchers and the Nephilim a record of extraterrestrial contact, while others believe it holds the key to understanding the hidden architecture of the universe. Yet, for all the study and debate, the Book of Enoch remains an enigma. Who wrote these words? Was Enoch himself the author, or was the book a tapestry woven by many hands across generations? Were its visions the result of divine revelation, or the poetic expressions of a mind grappling with the mysteries of existence? And what of Enoch himself? Did he truly walk with angels? Was he transformed into a celestial being dwelling among the stars? Or was his story a metaphor, a symbol of humanity's eternal quest for knowledge, justice, and divine truth? Even now, the Book of Enoch refuses to be confined to the past. It lives on, a testament to the power of story, faith, and the unyielding human desire to pierce the veil of the unknown. Whether seen as prophecy, myth, or divine truth, the Book of Enoch invites us to look beyond the horizon of what we know, and into the vast, uncharted territories of what lies beyond. Perhaps that is the greatest legacy of Enoch, not the answers he found, but the questions he left behind. This is the story of the Book of Enoch.